Hello and welcome back. In this video, we're going to go over some of the basics of the change commit architecture, basically the atomic configuration that Junos supports. So the first thing we're going to do is get into the config. And once you jump into the config, you are right now at this very moment in what we would call the candidate configuration. Any changes that you make will be buffered and you can view them. But until you type the word commit and hit enter, they will not be applied to the active configuration. This means that you can make a number of changes all at once, or you can even script them out and have them applied at a specific time without actually hitting the enter key and having it go in right away. This is the difference between Junos and a lot of other operating systems. This is ubiquitous across all platforms. For most other hardware manufacturers, you've got to be in the core or the data center before you start to see what we call a microkernel operating system that supports this type of configuration, this change commit architecture. Most manufacturers are still using a monolithic operating system where well, one of the traits is that when you type out a command, you hit enter, boom, it's there. I think that if you've been an admin for any period of time, you've probably experienced how that can bite you. I know that I certainly have. So now that we're in the config, I can just do a quick show command. Show commands here are relative to what part of the configuration you're in. So if I get into interfaces and I type show, I'll see the interfaces. If I'm at the top, which I can get to by typing top, and I type show, I will see everything, including interfaces. So again, you go from less specific to more specific, and your show command will show relative to where you're at. You can also stack these up. I can do show, interfaces, and rather than going into interfaces using the edit command, I can just show from here. So it's the same output as if I were to do this type show. Everybody kind of has their own way of navigating through Junos once they get the hang of it, and you'll kind of figure out your own. I can do set commands from here, or I can get deep into the hierarchy of the configuration, and I can do set commands from there as well if I wanted to. I can do like set interface mode from here. Or interface, that's a different set of commands. Anywho, all right, top. So just to show you kind of what it means to be in the candidate config, I'm going to delete 100% of the config, and I do a show, and it's gone. It won't let me commit this because there's certain things that need to be actually in the configuration, but I just wanted to show, like show command, configuration's gone. Now, if you want to pipe something through to operational mode, it's sometimes it was due. If you're coming from a Cisco background, I just do a run show configuration. If I do that, you'll actually see the active configuration. So that shows me the active configuration. It's not all that useful here because you'll know what it is from here. So rollback, this is awesome too. This rollback allows me to clear out all the changes I've made since my last commit, and boom, configuration's back. So yeah, let's take a look at commits. Edit. Well, actually, no, let's do this. Let's just do delete interfaces. I do a show. And I do a pipe, and I can type the word compare, and it'll actually show me the different stuff that I've taken out. Boom, 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 boom. And if I were to commit this right now, I would lose connectivity because I'm coming in through this port interface right here. However, I could do a commit confirmed and set it for a minute and hit enter, and what it would do is I would get disconnected, but I wouldn't be around to type commit again. So it basically sets off a timer, and it's however many minutes you define here. And if you don't commit again, it'll roll it back. I'm not going to do it here because we don't have the time. But trust me, it works, and it's awesome, and it will save your butt. It's just terrific. So let's roll this back, and it does keep up to 49 copies of your rollback. 0 is always the one that you're in at the moment. So this is very useful as well. I'm going to roll back those changes, and I think we're running out of time for this video. So that's pretty much the commit rollback stuff. If you have any questions, put them in the comments, and the next video we'll start getting a little bit deeper into the hierarchy, maybe some of the config concepts around like exclusivity and privacy so that you don't have people that are in here making changes at the same time that are interfering with each other. All right, see you in the next video.